it takes a village. The Penn Working Dog Center with donors, breeders, staff, trainers, medical team, interns, and volunteers all play a crucial role in raising a happy and healthy puppy and developing that puppy into a new working dog. The trainers and their support teams are committed to guiding canine animals and their dogs to safely and effectively navigate the unique challenges that may face companies, canine teams, and field. And in the process, the dog and the handlers develop a very interesting bond. We invited
The celebrity is here.
to share their candid comments about their training experiences at the Working Dog Center. Here are just some of the comments they shared with us.
My name is the best of stuff. This vet has been amazing for me. Foster mom's car, and couldn't have more energy than any dog that I've seen in a long time. Arizona, where our dogs are going to be racing out. So, just the moment I saw him, he became my best friend. He got out of the car, he took him over to the airport, let him on car. I knew we would be best friends. We are. My best friend. Dog is
I have Corey. He's a yellow lab, proudly from Penn, working dog. He is a single-purpose narcotics. The way to train Penn is like no. There's so many trainers that all have their own special techniques. It's called everybody else, they all work.
She was one of the first ones to be before we recorded.
He still does his chipmunks to this day, and still does his eggs and all that. And they were all these single-purpose dogs, bridging the gap between the community, doing real police work, and then bridging the gap between the community and everybody in Penn. It has been influential to not only my mayor, council, but to every neighboring town. He's pretty high standard.
Everything that you want from instructors and handlers,
I started Rudy Parsons, pararescuing with the United States Air Force. This is Canine Cat, lifeline. It's been awesome that I've been able to get pretty much every aspect of the working dog lifestyle through just having a connection with Penn Vet. That's everything from fit to work, strength and conditioning program, to obedience and agility, all the way down to the basics of the search and rescue side, all the way to advanced things that come with that. That's one of the big aspects that I'm, outside of the working side of things, I think just having a family through Penn Vet is somebody you can go to with advice, problems, and all that just really makes it a very special.
My name is Andy Ivey. I'm with Franklin County Police Department.
Welcome back. We're so glad that you got around for me.
I've never seen any other organization or dog training facility keep the dogs so high up on the pedestal as they can support today. And I think that really shows in the way the dogs interact with us and everybody else. There's several Penn Vet dogs here in my department, and they're all phenomenal dogs. interact well with everybody, and their ability to learn is the best I've ever seen. The PennVet program, everybody involved, the training staff, Dr. Otto, everyone in this program is on my list of favorite people in the world. The program is, I can't say enough good things about it. I'm blown away by the products that they put out. I'm so happy to be a part of the family, and I'm really happy to be taking part in the university. It's a wonderful program, and I wish them the best of luck.
My name is Troy Long. I'm focusing on senior fire department in Salina, Kansas. My rank is fire marshal of the year. My canine is Hope. His purpose is dual focus, arson, and search and rescue. A professionalism of all the staff that shows with every step, whether the smallest step, how important it is that, and you can see that in the staff, interns that they bring in, and just the quality of work. The fact that it's not just get your dog out and train, but sit down at a desk and have them stand up there and explain why they're doing it. It's not just, hey, this is what we're going to do. This is why we're going to do this, and this is why we're going to do it. It's been a joy to work with everybody. From Anne-Marie, Pat, all the trainers. I mean, it was an amazing experience. I look forward to in the future trying to get back there and enjoy some training with them again. I just want to say thank you and happy anniversary.
Good morning, I'm Tom Benedetto, affiliated with the Oswego County Search and Rescue, and I'm partnered with K9 Philip, who is one of the key leaders. The nice thing about Philip is he worked with so many good people prior to mine. It's important to that provided us an awesome foundation to be able to move forward in our training. Hopefully be able to continue to do great work. I think the most important thing was the relationship aspect of our partnership. I had not really been partnered with any dogs prior to working with handlers at that. They really enlightened me to how you can work most effectively with a canine partner. You have to accept the quirks of your partner. My partner accepts my quirks. I want to wish everyone at the Penn Vet facility and all the Penn Vet families the very best going forward at the 10th anniversary. Love you all.
My name is Dan Balco, Arizona Task Force 1, Police Fire Department. My dogs are Merlin and Dalton. Thank you, and that was incredible amount of human power to bring it to dogs. That's what I think is most impressive when anytime that I've been able to visit opportunity, just seeing the amount of people, passion,
Canine handler for County Task Force 2, which is based in Calgary, Alberta. Canine Glory, she's a urban search and rescue disaster lifeline dog. Being able to go to the Working Dog Centre and getting Canine Glory and working with the team, dedicated trainers, experience to have. Fundamentally, Glory. I could never do that myself. It's an incredible, stunning urban search and rescue dogs. Training with Glory in numerous model deployments through the US and Canada. She's one of the best dogs, urban search and rescue dog that I know of. I'm biased, but she's probably, I think, the best dog that we have in Canada. She's the first dog we have in Canada. We now have 4 across Canada, and we're going to have 2 more, at least 2 more in Halifax. So for me, she's a bit of fun. driven, very real girls. So a huge thank you to all the staff, the trainers, the interns, everyone that's helped my dog. We've been with us 70 years now. It takes a village. I'm rescinding the rules now. Time and effort been put into it. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me again. The biggest thank you I could possibly give. Literally every single person. Volunteers, and what they do. What you whatever job is get into, it's just absolutely to see like to see the message side of it, to see the ones that every single can't think of
Good afternoon, everyone. We'd like to ask everybody to please take your seats. We have a couple folks still registering, so I'm going to let them finish their registration and we're going to get started. Well, good afternoon. This is one amazing crowd of people. My name is Vicki Berkowitz. I am the Associate Director of the Penn Working Dog Center, and it is my honor to kick off our event today. I'm going to start with just a few housekeeping items. First and foremost, we do have masks available. They're at the registration desk for anybody who is interested or would like to just add another layer of protection. They are available for you. Second, important to note, this event is being live streamed. Dr. Otto's presentation is being live streamed on YouTube Live, as well as one of our demos will be live streamed. Most asked question is, where is the restroom? On either side of this wall here and these stairs, there are two hallways. You'll find the restrooms at the other end of those hallways in the back hallway. We have an incredible program scheduled for you today. Fortunately, Mother Nature's holding out right now, but we did make some quick switches. So let me explain to you a couple of logistical things. You'll notice on your name tags that you either have a blue dot or a green dot. For those of you who don't have a dot, just join a group. Okay. The reason we did this is we knew we had a large group, and in order to be able to show everybody our demos, we had to split you guys up. So the folks with a blue dot will be the first folks to experience one of our demos outside. Immediately following Dr. Otto's presentation, I'm going to ask everybody to stay seated so our team can get out of here and get set up. And then we were going to have some volunteers that will be at the front area, and they will be holding up blue flags. If you have a blue dot, please go follow them outside and enjoy our demo. Green dot, team members. Please enjoy all we have inside here. I'm going to give you a quick lay of the land. Refreshments are over there. To my right, in that back corner, we have PVWDC merchandise. Please buy. We have our volunteer and intern program and our foster program area. As you all know, we cannot exist without these two core elements to our program. So please go over, help celebrate the 10 years of volunteers, interns, and fosters who've been helping us run every day. Behind you, so on either side of these hallways and behind these stairs, there's a glass conference room. You walk down the hallway from either side, you'll see it. That is our interactive research room. If you've ever wondered what UDC smells like, now is your chance to find out. You'll also get to see some of our behavior testing and participate in it. We have a unique photo opportunity. So if you would like to tell people that you put on a bite suit and got bitten today, or you hid in a bark barrel, now's your chance. And then we have a fun game called Who Am I?, which is a competition or a little contest to see if you can name 20 of the many working dogs that are on that poster. Down this hallway to my left, so for those of you around the bend, we have our graduate handler room, as well as an area where we are acknowledging the canines and the handlers who are unfortunately no longer with us. We do have many of our graduate handlers and their canines here today. We want to give everybody the opportunity to say hello to them. Please do not interact with the canine graduates unless you ask for their handlers first to make sure that it's okay to pet or say hello. And those are all the exciting things. We will have a 5-minute warning when the demos outside are being done with the blue team people. We will then gather up all the green team people as best we can, do a switch. There's a 15-minute lag to be able to get you all outside and get the blue team folks in here, also to be able to experience everything that we have to offer. End of demos, everybody will be back in here. It's a chance to share your Working Dog Center memories. It's a chance to say hi to old friends. It's a chance to interact with our team, because we definitely built in time at the end where they won't have to work and they'll get to say hi to all of you. Before you leave today, we're asking everybody to turn in your name tags at our registration table, and we have a fun takeaway gift for all of you. And I believe those are our housekeeping items. Oh, most important, cell phones, please turn ringers off or to silent. You're welcome to take pictures. We do have some great photographers here also doing that work. There are some schematics laying around. It's a pretty easy loop around the building, so hopefully no one will get lost. Wait, one more notice. Unfortunately, we did have a respiratory outbreak at the center this week. Our dogs are doing well, but we are asking everybody to stay up here. We're not offering tours of the center for that reason. We just want to keep you healthy, keep your dogs and pets at home healthy. So enjoy your time up here, enjoy the demos, enjoy our team. Thank you for celebrating our 10-year anniversary. And I'm going to turn this over to Dr. Megan Ramos.
Everybody hear me? Everybody good? Hi, welcome. Oh no, where's it about this time? Everybody good? Okay. Hi everybody, welcome. Thank you all for coming. Thank you so much. If you are here today, that means you have been a part of this 10-year journey. So thank you for each and every one of you for the small role that you have played, or very large role that you have played. Each role is very important. I have the honor today to introduce Dr. Cindy Otto. As most of you probably already know, we can't list all of Cindy's credentials, or we would be here for about 30 years. So we're going to talk about the most recent ones. She recently became a tenured professor of working dog medicine at Penn Vet. Of course, she's our founder here at the Working Dog Center. She's our leader. She's the most inspiring woman I've ever met. She's the most optimistic woman I've ever met. And her leadership is unmatched and unchallenged. So please join me in welcoming Dr. Cindy Otto.
Thank you so much. Let's see if I can get everything working here. There we go. We missed out on our fun housekeeping. we go. So try and stay in front of the the speakers so that we don't run into problems. All right, so this is me, as you know. So thank you very much. So it is with humility and incomparable pride that I welcome you here today. Whether you're joining us in person, or joining us online, or watching the recording, we come together not only to celebrate what we have done collectively to create the community and the physical space of the Penn Working Dog Center, but to share stories of how one crazy scheme that was hatched in the aftermath of 9/11 terrorist attacks has come to transform lives of people and dogs, introduce new ideas, and promote the health and well-being of working dogs and their partners. Before we dive into the stories, however, I want to take 1 minute of silence to remember those who can't be with us today, whether they are currently facing struggles or their watch has ended. We remember the people and the dogs who have touched us, taught us, perhaps challenged us, but also helped make us who we are. So put aside your sorrow for 1 minute and remember with joy and gratitude those lives that have been shared with us and have influenced what we have become. Thank you. Although my goal for today is to look forward, it feels like we need to ground our story in a brief history of how we got here. My journey started from my earliest memories. Although at the time I had no idea that this was where our family dog, Herman, was leading me. And as you can see, I wasn't really headed in the right direction. I want to share some of my circuitous path because I think it is a common experience. Even some of our dogs find that their final career wasn't exactly what we had planned for them. Well, each of our dogs has a story worth telling. I think the two dogs that come to mind are Thunder and Rookie. As with all of our puppies, these dogs share names associated with 9/11. Thunder and Rookie were named after dogs that served at the Pentagon and Ground Zero, respectively. Thunder was in our first class. He came to us as the youngest in the class, just over 7 weeks. A pointing lab donated from TGK's Nebraska Pointing Labs and driven across the country by one of our amazing early supporters. He was a chocolate lab. And yes, I did have my preconceived biases about chocolate labs, but he was generously donated to our very unproven program, and beggars can't be choosers. After several months of training, Thunder was still not declaring his major. We weren't quite sure of his focus, so we decided to try him at every career option, which he declined. At some point, about when he was a year of age, he woke up and he decided that he loved search and rescue. He was our first urban search and rescue graduate, and now, at 10 years of age, is still deploying with Spring Patrol and the New Jersey Task Force. Speaking of Spring Patrol, I would like to take a moment to recognize Spring and her husband Pat Patori for their outstanding service to all working dogs and to the Penn Vet Working Dog Center. Both Pat and Spring have been committed to the search and rescue community for over 30 years. For the last 10 years, they have provided endless support to the Working Dog Center, including being volunteers at our opening 10 years ago today, and facilitating ongoing training opportunities. They have served as owner-handlers to 2 of our breeding females, both members of the New Jersey Task Force. Pinto is a mom to 2 litters and 16 working dogs, including my foster, serving our community. I would like to welcome them up to the stage to present them with a small token of our appreciation. Once you find your passion like Spring and Pat have, perhaps the road is less meandering, but getting there often takes time. For example, we've lost our video. Back. Are we there? I'm not seeing it. And let's see if we can start that again. Don't know exactly where it went, but we need to have pictures.
Blackout key?
It could have been a blackout key, but I'm not sure what I would have touched to do that. No, not that. It should be there. Interesting. It's always something exciting. Never a dull moment when we are here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this down for a second, and I'm going to open it back up, because when all else fails, reboot. All right, here we are back again. We're back. All right. Thanks for your patience. Always an opportunity to learn something new about technology. So when we have Canine Rookie, she came to us from outside of Chicago. She was donated by KD Canines. She was a low-energy puppy. Not interested in toys. She preferred to cuddle. We were thinking she'd be a great diabetic alert dog. We're fools. Suddenly, a switch flipped, and she opted for a career in law enforcement as a dual-purpose and seriously fierce patrol and explosives detection canine with Officer Jeff Siemens of Lower Merion, and they are still a force to be reckoned with today and on the street working. So we don't always know where we're going. My path was also a little bit roundabout. Although I was always focused on becoming a veterinarian, I was committed to becoming a dairy vet for the first 3 years of my career. Perhaps it was the 60 below wind chill howling through the calving barns in the hills of southern Ohio that made me think twice, or it might have been my curiosity and love of solving puzzles that drew me to apply for internships in small animal medicine and surgery. My application was rejected. But in the end, I went to the University of Pennsylvania as an unpaid intern. That choice, like the road that diverged into the wood, made all the difference. This experience opened my eyes to unexpected opportunities. A willingness to let go of preconceived notions. Okay, I still harbor a little bias about chocolate labs. And walk through a door that opens. So many of our volunteers and students have shared their stories of how they came to know us, and by walking through our door, they have changed their paths. As part of our program this afternoon, we have dedicated spaces to meet with each other. I hope you will take a moment while you are here to share how the Working Dog Center opened doors in your heart, your mind, or your life. For those of you online, please share your thoughts in the comments section. During my internship and residency, I found a passion for emergency medicine, which made me the natural recipient of a call in 1990 from a local search and rescue team asking for veterinary assistance. This was one of those moments that reshaped my entire career. However, at the time, it was quite uneventful. And as it turned out, I was never able to connect with that team. That call, however, planted the seed. And in 1994, I found my way to the nascent Pennsylvania Task Force, FEMA Urban Search and Rescue Team. My mind was blown. I had never experienced anything like this that a dog could do. My dad had hunting beagles, and I had the experience as a fourth grader of taking a dog training class at Y, but this was beyond anything that I could possibly conceive of. It was such an amazing world, and it drew me in. I met a very impressive chocolate lab named Bear and his handler, John Gilkey. Eventually, Rose and Chris and Bobby and their partners, Logan and Riley and Willow, became my team, and I their veterinary support. We trained together and even ran a field research study evaluating an electrolyte solution, which the dogs hated, and trying to find out, again, more science about these working dogs. The task force didn't deploy often, but it did respond to an explosion of a plant in Allentown. In a small world filled with connections, I met a human remains detection handler named Pat. Perhaps you recognize her with her bull terrier, Sage. The next deployment was to Hurricane Floyd, where I was tasked as an information specialist since there was no official position for a veterinarian on the team. This was another turning point. And when the call came on September 11th, 2001, my role on the team, thanks to the visionary leadership of Fred Endicott, was to provide medical care for the search and rescue dogs. This experience shaped our culture of what we call what is possible, and our mantra, how can we make it happen? Just like today with the rain, we're going to just make it happen in the best way possible. My 10 days with the team at Ground Zero reinforced the importance of these heroic canines and the impact of their presence on the morale of the responders. This is one of my favorite images. The first responder on the right side of the image displays the typical countenance. There was no emotion. But if you look at these three firefighters, when they're petting the search dog Logan, you can see the light comes back in their eyes, and there's a sense of hope that these dogs bring. After my time at Ground Zero, I was committed to apply my scientific training to answer the burning questions about the medical detection of behavioral effects of 9/11 on the dogs and the whole team. And that started the pull from my career of basic science and emergency medicine to working dog science and sports medicine. It started as a trickle, but gradually became a deluge. beginning with the AKC Canine Health Foundation study to monitor the health and behavior of the 9/11 dogs, progressing to canine first aid courses for first responders, and our first Working Dog Conference in 2010. The concept of a Working Dog Center started in 2002, but it simmered without clear opportunity, without clear funding, without a space, until 2007, when we thought we might have a lead on some space in Willow Grove. But that plan fell through, and it wasn't until 2010 when we learned that Penn had purchased this property here that used to house the DuPont Marshall Labs. I knew the moment I saw the dilapidated gym that it was the future site of the Penn Vet Working Dog Center. And that's where we are today. The pieces started to fall together and the stars aligned to bring together an incomparable team, pairing the expertise and law enforcement background of Major retired Anne-Marie D'Angelo, who was introduced to me by Dave Lee, who I spent time at Ground Zero with, and the extensive search and rescue experience as well as special ed skills of Pat Kainarolu, who, yes, I met in Allentown at that disaster. The support came from many directions: our staff, our breeders, our fosters, our volunteers, our donors, our friends, and our families. It was the support of then Dean Joan Hendricks, Assistant Dean for Advancement, Melissa Von Stadi, and one of our fervent supporters, Robin Rubenstein, that made the Working Dog Center a reality. But it is the skeptics and the critics to whom I owe a debt of gratitude. Had they not challenged us and pushed us to demonstrate that we were advancing science, promoting welfare, and leading a veterinary revolution, we might not have come this far or had such an impact. And here are some really important and amazing people 10 years ago today, and many of them are here with us in person. And many of them are also with us online streaming. So just fantastic. Craig and Joan, Morgan Rush is streaming. Bonnie Gibson is here with us. Thank you for being here and being such an important part of this. And Robin and Mark, we couldn't have done it without you. And all of our fosters, the original puppies and their fosters, and we have many of them here today, which is just so exciting to see them back again. The lesson that I learned is one of gratitude. And that gratitude is for the support, for the people, for the dogs, but also gratitude for the unexpected push. I have come to learn with gratitude comes abundance. Perhaps it is looking at life through the eyes of a dog, focusing on what is possible, like maybe that treat in your pocket, and not dwelling on the missteps or the mistakes, the things that don't go according to plan, like technology. They're simply learning opportunities, although the lessons are sometimes hard. We learned to keep our focus on scent detection dogs, as tempting as it was to venture into the world of diabetes alert and service dogs. We soon realized that this was neither our mission nor our expertise. We are proud of Britannia and Punches, who are wonderful service partners, using their noses to keep their handlers safe from low blood sugar events. But our medical detection has come to focus on the research, the advancement of knowledge, development of complementary diagnostic tools for cancer and infectious disease, and more recently, exploring how dogs may partner with us to address the environmental threats like spotted lanternfly and wildlife diseases such as chronic wasting diseases of deer. This is just a brief picture of those first 7 dogs and their namesakes. They were named after 7 dogs who had worked at 9/11, and they were just amazing, amazing dogs. We are so proud that we have had 156 dogs in our program to date. We began the class with these 7 donated puppies. And they started our legacy of the 9/11 program. Those dogs were learning while we were learning. We often say that we were building the plane as we were flying it. The expertise and patience of our trainers and the flexibility of our program resulted in that entire first class of dogs finding careers and helping us refine our program, an ongoing process. Each dog in our program has a foster, a trainer, and a story. They have all touched us in unique ways and invited us to grow and learn. It is hard to pick a single dog that has had the most impact. Some have been easy, some have been challenging, but all have given their hearts to us. I hope you will share with our trainers, fosters, handlers, and each other the dog that has touched you. For those of you online, please share your thoughts in the comments section. My first foster dog, Blitz, a Belgian Malinois, pushed me to become a better trainer, to be more patient but stay firm. He almost fractured my relationship with my now husband, Bob, who ended up marrying me despite Blitz, or perhaps because Blitz graduated to his career as a police canine in Solebury, Pennsylvania. Vok, who you will meet during the demo, is one of our V-litter and named after Lieutenant Commander Ronald J. Vok. That is a naming scheme that we named all of the dogs that come out of TSA lines because they use that schematic to recognize people who lost their lives in 9/11. She's been dubbed a Malador, a Malinois in Labrador clothing. She is smart, maybe a little too smart, agile and intense, but also a snuggler. She brings with her many learning opportunities. Many of you have had personal connections with our dogs. Some of you know them directly or through social media, but invariably, they touch us in a deep way. We have learned so much from the dogs in our program. We have refined our approaches, improved our training, enhanced their fitness, formalized our data collection. Thank you so much, Kamakshi. This is part of her massive data that we've been so proud to share. Here we have our graduates and their career paths, as well as the different breeds that we're dealing with. All right, we're going to swap up mics. All right, we'll try and see if this mic works a little bit better. Already it sounds better. Now we have feedback. So we have established the Penn Vet Working Dog Center as the premier institution for working knowledge, science, sports medicine, and the most amazing dogs. Our dogs have participated in cutting-edge research. Every dog in our program has contributed to our knowledge of behavioral development, general behavior, genetics, and health. A subset of our dogs, and some wonderful citizen science dogs, have participated in proof-of-concept studies in the field of medical detection, identifying unique odor signatures of diseases that affect humans, animals, and the environment. During the afternoon sessions, be sure to visit our research team in the room behind you to learn more about the numerous research projects that involve our dogs. Because I couldn't begin to consolidate 10 years of innovation into 30 minutes, I hope that you will take advantage of the social time we have scheduled into the program. Please take the time to talk to our team, to visit the different areas, to meet the research team, the trainers, the handlers, and the fosters, to remember those who are no longer with us. The experience and expertise in this room is incomparable, and this is your time to connect and share your own experiences with each other and with us. To break the ice, you will notice that the name tags also, besides the little dots, the green or blue dot, do contain your role in the Penn Vet Working Dog Center family. So you may have many roles, and we celebrate you for all of the roles that you have filled. But I'd like to take a moment now to recognize our staff, and I'm going to ask them to stand. I know a lot, yeah. So our volunteers are now kneeling so that our staff can stay standing. This is wonderful. We have an incredible staff. I'd like to give them a round of applause. the giveaway for our staff is that they're wearing the blue polos. Now I'd like to invite our interns and volunteers. Now you guys can stand back up. Can stand and be recognized. They are wearing the ones that are here today to volunteer are wearing their blue shirts, but also there are probably many of you in the audience, so please stand and be recognized as interns and volunteers. We couldn't do it without you. Our fosters, both present and past, have been an essential part of our program. Please stand and be recognized for your heroic efforts to keep our dogs balanced and social and mostly out of the bed. Those dogs are now with dedicated handlers and also the trainers who have come through our Train the Trainer program. Many of them are here with us today. Please stand and be recognized. I would also like to acknowledge all of the University of Pennsylvania leadership that let us get away with this crazy idea. And especially Dean Hoffman and Dean Hendricks of the veterinary school. Dean Hoffman, Dean Hendricks. There are so many other people here that have contributed. You are all personally invited to join us here because you are part of our family. And so just a big round of applause for everybody that's here and everybody that's been part of this. We are now focused on the next 10 years of the Penn Vet Working Dog Center. We will continue to pursue rigorous science and refine the training, but our vision is to expand our physical, intellectual, and collaborative research. We have shown that we can raise and train successful detection dogs. 94% success rate's not all bad. We know that we can conduct scientific studies and publish the research. We know we can engage with community members of all ages. We know that we can educate our handlers, volunteers, interns, and fosters, as well as veterinarians. We know our dogs are working to save lives across the U.S. and Canada. We want to spread the word, spread the possibility, spread the love even further. We have established firm foundations over the past 10 years, and now we look ahead. As a United States Police Canine Association certified training facility, we want to spread the word regionally and nationally and build a community of law enforcement that embraces our values and our science and prepares exponentially more trainers, canine officers, and their dogs to be prepared, confident, compassionate, and professional. This will require dedicated training space, ideally here in West Philadelphia, where we can partner with the local leaders and citizens to be a positive impact for the community, including engaging youth at risk in positive programming. I need a page turner. We want to support other organizations wanting to implement our raising and training knowledge so that more dogs are available to address the national shortage of detection dogs. We want universities, community colleges, and community organizations to apply what we have learned and raise homegrown detection dogs to serve our country. We want to institute the highest standards of detection through establishing a training and certification center with a special focus on medical detection of environmental and wildlife disease through our partnership with the Pennsylvania Game Commission and Penn Vet's Wildlife Futures program. We want to provide our expertise in training to the next generation of trainers of detection dogs in all career paths instilling in them the compassion and science that makes a true and healthy partnership. We want to formalize our knowledge into a certificate program with the Penn Vet Working Dog Center brand. We want to extend our educational reach to provide the platforms for handlers, veterinarians, scientists, and dog owners seeking knowledge to advance their scientifically based, welfare-oriented, and effective working dog skills. We want to share our cumulative knowledge with the entire working dog team. We want handlers and owners to have access to the latest and best training methods and tested fitness programs. We want you to be able to measure your love for your dog, keeping them fit and in good shape to extend their lives with you. We want veterinarians to have the ability to treat these canine athletes in the best possible way. We want to collaborate with our scientific colleagues to understand the nuances of working dogs and how dogs and humans can most effectively partner for mutual benefit. We want to build and use this educational platform to share our experience, our data, and our research more broadly. This vision circles us back to our beginnings, outreach and education steeped in research. But now we have our own research and 10 years of experience to inform and educate. It has long been said that the only two things a dog trainer can agree upon is that the third trainer is wrong. But at the Penn Vet Working Dog Center, we embrace the differing opinions and put them to the test with scientific studies. We are eager to continue to challenge our own concepts and push the limits of what is possible for dogs and humans to achieve together. We will continue to change minds and change and enrich lives because dogs indeed are part of our hearts and souls, and we are better humans for caring for dogs and being cared for by them. So we have big dreams, and we want you to be part of them. As we move to the next part of our programming, we would love to know how you see yourself as part of the Working Dog Center community in the next 10 years. For those of you online, please share your thoughts in the comments section. We look forward to a bright future, but there's one person I've not recognized that is vital to our success. And it is her ability to rein in my sweeping vision and implement tangible plans. She is someone that doesn't seek recognition. She has a nose that is almost as sensitive as our dogs, so flowers aren't the best way to show our appreciation. We want to celebrate someone who has the ability to... I might need help. Squash problems of all sizes, from the very large, like this trombontino that I could not even lift, to the very small, like this butternut. She can unravel the spaghetti squash of our finance and university systems. She has nurtured our team and our family and cultivated the best and rarest qualities in all of us, and as I am sure she will with the seeds of her favorite little squash, the patty pan. Everyone who knows the Working Dog Center has been touched, supported, guided, or fed the best cookies ever by Vicki Berkowitz, and I want to thank her. For being my partner and my friend. She's been amazing, and honestly, we couldn't have done it without her. Thank you, Vicki. Thank you, everybody. I think I'm turning it back over to you because you're the organizing person.
Fully embarrassed. And very grateful to be able to take all of you into the next phase of our programming today. So if I could ask everyone who is an attendee enjoying our activities today. Stay seated. Working Dog Center team, volunteers, staff, you know where to go. And we're going to launch our demos, our individual